Man, it's frustrating, isn't it? Why can't YouTube growth just be what we want it and expect it to be? Just a straight upward growth over time. I think we realize that sometimes not every channel can be like that. Sometimes there are days or weeks or months where growth isn't as fast and rapid as we would hope. And you're doing all the same things you always did that grew the channel. Why are those things no longer working today? Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer. Welcome to Video Creators. We are all about helping you grow your YouTube audience so you can spread a message that reaches people, changes their lives, and you're not changing anyone's lives, you're not growing your business, you're not making any money if your channel is flat or even starting to decline. There's two main reasons why this happens. Number one is it's very common for a YouTube channel to experience most of their growth from just like a few heavy hitting videos on their channel. Maybe you're publishing content regularly, but most of the growth is really coming from a few older videos on your channel. And as you know, YouTube is always changing. There's other videos that are being uploaded to the platform all the time. And so your video might have been like a really good video for a while, but for one reason or another, whether someone's outranking you in search now, or everyone who was interested in that video has now seen it, or maybe it's just not as relevant today as it used to be. Whatever the case is, those top videos have declined, and really the new content you've been publishing hasn't really been helping your channel grow the way that those older videos have. The second thing to consider is that maybe your audience is just getting bored. It's not uncommon for even like a television series that is like really high rated and doing really well to go no longer than 7 seasons before it finally goes off the air and is no longer in production. Audiences just get bored and they start wanting something new. And this isn't true just in our industry or in television, but musicians as well. Like any musician who's going to stay relevant album after album, like every album, they're kind of reinventing their brand. And the next album sounds a little bit different than the one before. If every album just stayed the same, people would just get bored of their music and be like, oh, they are just the same artists they always were. There's nothing new here. So to stay relevant and keep growing, you can't just keep making the same content you've made for years. Look at some of the top creators who've been consistently top creators. You got like Philip DeFranco and Shane Dawson and creators like that. They are still delivering a very similar value, but they've reinvented themselves and are doing that in a new way. So what I'm not talking about here is taking a hard left turn and being like, guys, I used to do this, but now I'm doing this totally different thing. What I'm talking about is continuing to deliver the value that your audience is coming to you for. But what does version 2.0 of that look like? Explore new things you maybe never otherwise would have considered, and then start experimenting. Try experimenting with this, and let's try experimenting with that, and let's try this idea. Let's just do maybe 5 videos like this, see how it goes, see what happens. And really, guys, that's like a thing that as creators, we should always be in that state of experimenting and trying new things and seeing what works and what doesn't work, not just getting in a rut of doing like the same type of video over and over and over again to the point where like our audience just kind of gets predictable and kind of boring. You don't want to wait until you need to change. You kind of need to do it before the plateau hits, and especially before it starts declining. Once it starts declining, you're probably a little bit too late because this process takes some time in the first place. So when you feel like you've got good momentum going and you feel like you might be kind of starting to get to the end of what this format can get you to, that's the time to pivot. Here at Video Creators, actually, I feel like I waited too long. I am way overdue. I have been doing these types of talking head YouTube educational content for years, and on one hand, I can just crank these out. They're easy, they're relatively inexpensive to do. I can do a whole bunch of these in one day and then be done for the month. But on the other hand, like you guys are, a lot of you guys are getting bored, and a lot of you guys are looking for like different things than just talking head instructional type of content. So I've been experimenting this year, as you guys know, with the Creator Stories series, and my team and I have been learning a ton. We have a lot to learn too before that gets to where I kind of envision it being. But that's my attempt at like, how do I reinvent video creators and still offer really valuable insights to you guys about growing your audience and growing your YouTube channel and making money and building a business that sustains you and achieving your goals, but in a way that is completely completely new and fresh. If you haven't checked out the Creator Story series, put a link to the playlist down below. You guys can check that out. But if you are one of those people who are in that spot, you're like, Tim, yeah, I think I need to infuse new growth into my channel. I put together a free guide for you. It's a 6-step process that's going to unlock new growth on your channel. It's completely free. If you're interested, you can click right over there on your screen and download that completely for free. There's a link down in the description below. It's the guide is called The Secret to Building Your YouTube Audience, and this will help you go to that next level in terms of this is what I'm doing, but now I'm ready for like version 2.0. So go check that out, and I'll see you guys over in that free guide.